All right, so here we have the Racecar groin stretch or the abduction. So this is a great one, especially for athletes or anybody who's very tight in the inner thigh area. This guy gets right in there. All right, so as always, start with the foot in the donut, and a real key but subtle point that Billy's doing here is make sure to cross the midline when you start this move. And so watch as his foot comes in there, his foot is actually crossing his midline, and that will give you a stretch on the side of the hip, that piriformis, which is always tight on most active people. All right, so as he kicks out, he's actively keeping that core tight to maintain his balance. And he's doing a really good job there with that little dramatic pause there and extending the foot. So like we talked about in the other drills, extending the foot actually helps the muscles in the hip area. So extend out, big pause, let that adductor, let that groin stretch out, and then bring it in. So a little subtle note here, and it's hard to see unless you actually do it, feel it, is he's initiating that pullback through the torso. So he's activating the core, moving his body, and then the legs come in. So once again, very subtle thing, but completely changes the game if you're able to do that movement in that fashion. Final side note, if you are very tight in this area, or any muscle really, just be very gradual and cautious finding your productive ranges of motion. This is not one you want to go out too far or too fast in right away.